to Day One Patch, episode 58. Seems like yesterday we did episode 50, but not really, because no one commented on it. Anyway, my name is Ryan Johnson. This is Day One Patch. We're a video game podcast. I am joined by fellow hosts Tim Spence.
Hello.
Resident video game expert.
Absolutely.
I don't know what else to call you.
There is no one better.
Matt Lawrence.
Hello.
Our tech guy.
There you go.
Fresh out of college.
Yep.
Got all that knowledge in your brain to tell us what's going on in the tech world.
Good stuff.
How's it going, Matt?
It's going all right.
How's the tech world going?
It's going all right.
Thank you, Matt. That was riveting. Martin Isaacs, app editor of the week.
I thought it was name pending.
I'm the editor of the week? Who the hell's coming in
We're
to do my
replacing you
job
next
next week? It's going all
I don't know.
Stop talking. Some of our top stories this week. GameStop, they're going to be changing pretty soon, moving into new grounds. We got some actual facts here from computer and video game industry.
We got a fax?
We got some facts. Got some little tidbits for you.
Yeah, we received a fax.
Yeah, I thought someone faxed that into us.
Yo, we gotta fax this out real fast.
They still use fax machines? People?
Yeah, their business
Yeah.
use fax
I have
machines.
Why?
I have one at work, yeah.
Why?
Because it's cheaper.
You have one at M&M?
Yeah.
It's also more secure.
I never use
faxing you at
Never
M&M?
use it. Head office.
Some
It's
coupons?
Do you guys
Actually,
have
that's
these
not true.
frozen meat packets?
That's
I'm
not
looking-
true, actually. Well, like, the phone will ring, and it'll be like...
But you don't use it.
And I'm
though.
like, what the... So I pick up the phone, I'm like, hello, and it's like... and I'm like, oh, that's a fax. All right.
Got some Naughty Dog mess, as I titled it on our layout here. Little bit of E3 news. Got some E3 updates. If you're all excited for E3, I think it's like about maybe 40 days away.
Yeah.
Maybe less than 40. A little bit less. That's pretty close. I'm excited. And we got some plenty of other good stories for you this week. We're going to start off, as we always do, with what we're playing. Matt Lawrence, you're going first.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff.
So recently, as of today, I was playing The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
Picked it up after we went to go see the movie prior to this show. I also beat Infamous. Was that this week or was that last week? I forget.
This week.
Yep, so I beat Infamous, and I also beat Killzone. Shadowfall.
Oh, you played your PS4?
Yeah, I played my PS4.
It's good, eh? Feels good.
It's pretty good.
Tim, get on it.
I have to find something to play.
I think I said that last time we were on, that we all need to find something.
Mm-hmm.
Something good.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That was last week. Yeah.
Is that it, Matt?
That's all I've played. Yeah.
And you enjoyed the Spider-Man game. It hasn't been receiving too many great reviews, the game.
You could tell the game's kind of not like amazing.
It's a movie.
it's
It's
a
not
movie.
amazing.
It's not the amazing
It's
Spider-Man.
not an amazing game to be fair, but I just really like Spider-Man and I like swinging around. So
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Swing around is fun.
yeah, like I mean whatever.
Yeah. Marty, what are you playing?
I played Braid. Finished up Braid.
Okay, now you said something fantastic about that game.
There is something fantastic about that game. It comes near the end, and it's just a super magical, super clever moment, and it made the whole experience just lovely for me. I don't want to spoil it.
No,
I
definitely.
want someone to play it,
Blurt
and
it.
experience it. Oh well, no. But yeah, the game's pretty great. Really great puzzle design. Art style is cool.
The music's really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the music. The story and the writing's a little weird. I don't like the way the story's presented. You kind of read you walk into the room and there's like little storybooks and you got to read there's a disconnect between the story and gameplay because they're in separate rooms. It's really odd that way. It's okay, but the puzzles are what really made me love this game and that end moment.
Main character's got a sweet name.
Tim.
Yep.
Oh.
I think it's like time, but without
It
the
is.
E.
Speaking of Tim, what are you playing, Tim?
That's a good question. I haven't really played Diablo 3 in the last week, actually.
We played it this week.
That was that one time that we played it, I think, was all I've played it this week. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I played this week. And
Far Cry 3.
yeah,
You're always playing that. You love that game, though, right?
I'm not always playing that. I'm always playing Gears, for better or for worse. But I did
We
play.
played Gears this week, didn't it? Wasn't that this week?
I did. No, wait. You and
It's
me
been
and-
2 weeks.
you
So
and me and
what have you
Aaron?
been playing in the last 2 weeks?
That was 2 weeks. Yeah.
So we were playing Gears a bit.
We did that. That was That wasn't that good. that wasn't good. We got a lot of bad matches against a lot of like people that never stop playing that game.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's
Yeah.
the problem with that game. You can never find.
You guys
anyone
heard
on
us.
it. But
Especially if it's an older game, people that
exactly
the people you play with are still
I mean,
playing
that game
it.
came out almost. It was 2.5 years ago
Yeah.
now. So I mean, the people that are still playing it are the people who like really like it.
Yeah.
And are pretty good at it. So that's the
Get
problem.
majubed.
You can't just have a casual game. Anyway, not that. I never played the multiplayer for Far Cry 3, and I was playing the co-op mode with my friend Dylan. It's really fun. It's really good. It really helped that both of us have the same style of play.
Mm-hmm.
We both like to sneak around and kind of do stuff that way. Whereas if you tried to play online, everyone's just run and gun with a shotgun kind of thing,
Oh, jeez.
and that doesn't really work. And even on just normal difficulty, there were some missions. There's only, I think, 6 or 7 co-op missions, and then if you get the free DLC that they released, there's 2 more missions. But some of them, at the end, some of them were kind of hard because for the most part, the style of the missions was kind of reach this point and then hold out for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It had that kind of structure to the missions.
I think I remember that being kind of one of the lower viewed parts of the game, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very unsung, I find. It's like the multiplayer in that game wasn't just an afterthought. Like they actually
Even though it got bad kind of
really worked on it.
reviews,
Yeah.
though.
Which is weird because it's really solid. I don't know. I haven't played the competitive part, which is probably the part that a lot of
maybe.
people have played,
Maybe.
like the team deathmatch part. And since it's not Call of Duty, it gets bad reviews.
Well, I
so-
think that's, probably true.
because it's a competitive first-person shooter. If it's not Call of Duty, then it's not good. So I don't know.
I still think Call of Duty has one of the best first-person shooter engines.
But I mean,
I've
they've
ever
had
played.
it for so long, right? That they've really polished it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're not a first-person shooter-based company and you try to make one, it's always going to be compared to Call of Duty. It's
Yeah, of
always going to be
course.
compared to the Titans.
I don't even like Battlefield. I don't want to start a war here, but I don't like the Battlefield gameplay.
Well, it's a different.
It's
It's an
too-
entirely different kind of game.
Yeah, it's
so.
too bouncy. Everything's flying everywhere. I don't like it.
Too bouncy.
Too bouncy.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. And I've been playing Diablo. I bought Reaper of Souls. Matt, you've been playing that.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah, I've heard mention that.
It's pretty fun. My only problem with it is there's too many little things that come running at you. There's the mice, and then there's
Yeah.
those stupid little guys. And the problem with them is they attack you, and then they run over to your right, and then you switch your attack over to them at the right, and then they run over to your left, and you got to switch your attack over to them.
Yep.
They're impossible to kill.
They
And
just
I
run
just-
around all over the place.
I just spawn black holes on them, and then
just use
run
AOE.
away.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Other than that, the game's pretty fun. I'm almost at level 70,
Good stuff.
so you are at level 70.
I am at level 70. Yep.
And I've also been playing Child of Light, which is a game that recently came out this week. Really fun. The art in it is fantastic. If you've seen it at all, I don't know if you guys seen any gameplay.
It's a gorgeous looking
A
game.
little bit. Yeah.
I've always wanted like a game that looked like the concept art, and that's kind of
Yeah.
what this looks like.
Yeah.
Kind of looks kind of hand drawn and stuff. It's a pretty little fun RPG. I really like it.
Oh, I didn't know it's an RPG.
Yeah,
That's kinda
a little bit of RPG elements. The cool thing about the combat is it's I guess you could say it's turn based, but the way it works is there's a bar at the bottom, and on the right side of the bar is your casting zone or your attack zone. Right, your little character moves across that as you battle. Whoever reaches there first gets to cast their attack first. But even the attacks have different lengths. So if you cast a longer spell, someone could still get in front of you and attack you first. So you kind of have to plan that out strategically.
So hopefully the attack you choose is worth it if you run all the way.
Yes,
that
exactly.
distance,
Yeah. And the nice part is if you cast a good enough attack, it'll actually interrupt their attack and push them back on the bar. So a pretty fun little thing like that.
Interesting idea.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's really kind of everything rhymes in it, all the dialogue. So it's pretty cool. Definitely check it out. I think
you're
it's
playing through a storybook kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's like $10 on PlayStation Plus if you have that. A
Yeah, I
little
saw
bit of
it on
discount.
Steam as well. It's on
Get
just
it.
released list.
Yeah, get it. It's really fun. All right, let's move on. Apps with Marty, and you got a pretty good one. We're a bit late to this. I know all the other
Yeah,
video game sites have already covered all
we
this
took
stuff.
a week off, so I would have covered this last week. But this is Apps with Marty, and we're talking about Hearthstone.
What is Hearthstone, Marty?
It's Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft, which features I don't know a whole lot about World of Warcraft,
I've got about 6 years experience.
but
Jesus.
I guess it features characters from the game,
Yep, absolutely.
and Basically, it's a little.
Oh wait, I just want to cut in here. Remember we were arguing about the existence of Jaina, who came first?
Yeah.
My Jaina doesn't matter anymore. So
That's
congratulations,
That's
Tim.
a good point. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Marty.
Oh, your Star Wars Jaina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were playing Diablo, or no, we were playing. Was it Diablo or Gears? I think it was Diablo.
Diablo, yeah, because I was on my
Because you
computer.
were looking it up. Yeah. Ryan and I were talking about which Jaina came first. Jaina,
Solo?
Luke's
Han and Leia's
daughter, or Jaina, Proudmoore from the Warcraft universe, but doesn't really matter anymore because apparently Jaina Solo doesn't exist.
Yep.
So.
So there you go. Continue, Marty.
Basically, it's a strategy card game. Really well presented as well. As soon as you boot this thing up, there's like a wonderful little cutscene, and it's fully voiced, and immediately throws you into a tutorial on how to play the game, and you have to go through like 6 matches, and you learn all the
Mechanics.
all the game mechanics, and there's like a little guy teaching you and everything.
That's the
you
thing
play
about
as Jaina
Blizzard.
as well.
It's the thing about Blizzard. They always try to really have a very polished first impression
Yeah.
of their games. For better or for worse. I mean, sometimes it's not that good. But
And every match teaches you at least one mechanic, and then at the end they open it up, and you have to create a little BattleNet account, and
Which is free.
it's free.
Yep.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, I could see that you guys were playing Diablo. I could see my BattleNet. You're my only BattleNet friend since I don't play anything else.
That's
We
the
didn't
thing
really
about
try
BattleNet,
the
right?
communication thing though.
Which was
I was
what?
wondering if I could talk to you.
yeah,
While
you
you're
can,
playing
you can
Diablo.
talk across
I think it-
BattleNet
yeah.
games.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And so there's like 9 classes, I think. I don't know
Yep.
what the classes, I guess.
Yep.
And they all have their different little strategy. They all every character has their own power that you can use, and they all do different things.
It's kind of like if you took the characters from Warcraft, like the classes from Warcraft,
Yeah.
and you turned it into a...
So there's priest,
Like-
druid, mage, hunter, warrior,
Shaman, Death Knight,
rogue,
and...
warlock.
Jesus.
And they're all
Nicely
great.
done.
They all have different strategies, and as you progress and level up in XP, you unlock more cards for them. Also, when you play actual players, which is the coolest part about this game, you get to play real players online. You get to collect coins, which you can use to purchase new decks of cards.
Kind of hard to collect coins though.
It is very tedious collecting coins. You can either, I think, if you win 3 matches, you get 10 coins, and a pack of cards, which comes with 5 cards, cost 100 coins. So it's a little difficult, but they have daily quests you can do. For example, it'd be like win 2 matches as a rogue, and if you're and you get 40 coins for that.
Or win 3 matches in a row kind of thing.
Yeah. There's quests daily, and there's also a thing called the arena, which costs
Yeah.
150 coins to play.
It's good stuff though.
But you have the potential to win cards and coins in that. Basically, the arena is they give you the option of choosing between 3 random characters. You pick them, and then they show you 3 random cards. You pick that card. They show you another 3 until you have a full deck built, which is all like the rare cards too in the arena. And then you got to see how many times you can win with that, and based on your result,
You can only lose 3 matches.
if you lose 3 matches, you're
of the arena.
done. And I did that one time. Lost 3 matches in a row, wasted 150 coins.
Oh, you lost the first 3 matches?
Yeah,
That's brutal.
yeah.
I thankfully won my 3rd match.
There you go.
I was like, holy poop, I'm done, and I never played again.
Yeah. It's expensive,
Yeah.
and you're like, man, I should have just bought a deck.
But that's how they do it, right? Like, it's a free game, but you can
Mhm.
buy some coins if you want.
Yeah,
Fair enough. I mean,
pretty high quality for a free to play though.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, I
They're-
mean, it's Blizzard, right? They're a
Yeah.
multi-billion-dollar
Yeah, yeah.
company, so...
Of course, you can spend real money if you want to buy decks. I have them up here. It's 2 packs for $3, 7 packs for $10, 15 packs for $20, and 40 packs for $50. They don't have
Wait, go back. 20 packs for $20?
No, 15.
15 packs for $20.
Oh, so your best value is the highest one if you're really into this game.
Yeah,
You get more decks for the least amount of
40 packs for $50.
I see. Okay.
If you want to be crazy, if you want to be a crazy person. There is a few bugs in this. My game did freeze a few times. It's a little laggy too. My iPad.
We're playing on iPad 3s,
which aren't that old. They're like
They're 2 generations old though.
Yeah. So there is a bit of lag.
I hear it's bad on iPad 2s.
Also, you can't exit the game or put it in sleep. No matter where you are, it goes back to the loading screen and exit your game.
It probably should be mentioned that this game is also on PC.
Yep, you can download it for your PC and play it.
Runs a lot better.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. You also need a constant internet connection, even if you want to play in the practice mode, which is just against an AI character. You need an internet connection, which is a major gripe with me. The cool thing this app does, which I think every app should do from here on out, and should have been doing since the start of the App Store, is it shows the time at the bottom of the screen as well as your battery. So you don't have to go to the lock screen or exit the app if you want to see how much battery you have left. Because a lot of these apps do destroy your battery.
That's a good feature.
And drain them fast. The first time I downloaded this game, I played it for like 6 hours straight.
You technically could pull down Notification Center.
I don't know. I'm scared because I'm in the middle of the game and I don't want to fuck it up.
I'll just do it once. I mean, like,
no.
I don't think it closes the app.
No.
I think it runs over top of the app.
We'll see about
So,
that.
Well,
but anyway,
we'll have an update on that next time.
yeah.
Another feature I'd like to see is maybe in an update they could do this, but I'd like to have more decks. You're limited to 9 custom decks, which is just enough for each character, but there's different play styles you could have for each character.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love more than 9. Other than that, this is a fantastic game. Definitely worth checking out, even if you don't have an iPad. I do believe you told me it's coming to the iPhone as well.
It is, yeah, I've heard.
It's probably going to run even worse.
Well,
Actually, no, my phone's better than my iPad.
Yeah. If you have an iPhone 5 and up, it'll be fine.
It'd be tiny, though.
Yeah, it might be, maybe it has a different form factor.
It'd be very difficult to read the cards.
Yeah, they got little text on them.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'd be played vertically instead.
That's a good point.
And you kind of tap the card, it shows
point.
up, and then you can toss it on the field
It
or something.
probably would be, yeah.
We'll see what they do, though. That's why it's taking longer for them to make it. But I don't know.
Anyway, add me on BattleNet. I don't know how to do that. I don't know.
Well, what's your name?
It is Max Powers. If you like The Simpsons, you might enjoy that.
Did you add
reference.
me?
No, I don't like you.
Okay.
I don't have you on BattleNet either.
Did you say I don't like you?
Yeah.
Somebody added me recently, but I just didn't remember their username.
Was it
so
Max Powers? Because I might have did that on accident.
I added
I'm
you
always
through
I'm always
email.
CDNXXRODXX.
You can
I'll
add
remember
me,
that.
Marty.
Max Powers, add me. Don't use Mage though, because
I use Mage.
those are bitches.
That's true. Mages are stally.
Yeah.
All right.
Apps Marty, there we went. Hearthstone, check it out.
Thank you, Marty. It is a great game. Matt, you should get it.
I
Have you
might
played it,
jump
Tim?
I don't. I watch a number of people that do play it.
You don't know interest?
I don't know. I was never really into the strategic card games.
Ah, okay.
I think it's just the fact that it's. I think I would overthink it too much, and it would like ruin the fun for me because I'd be over predicting and stuff like that.
Compared to other card games, it's pretty tame.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still strats to it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like being good at a game, and if I can't be good at it, then I don't like it. So.
The thing that tears me up the most is whether to attack the player or their cards on the field.
Depends on the card.
Because sometimes they get like 5 cards built up, and I'm like, I can't do anything now. You know?
Yeah.
That's why you don't play Mage.
Hey. All right.
Just
I played it because her name was Jaina, that's why.
yeah.
Our first story of the week, GameStop. They're going to be not moving out of the video game business, but expanding kind of their what their main focus is. Any guesses what they are going to be moving into? Pretty easy guess.
iPads,
Close enough.
tablets,
The
Mobiles.
mobile market, yeah.
mobile gaming.
So
That was easy enough to guess. I mean, they just started selling tablets last year.
yeah,
when I worked
it must
there.
be doing well for them. I don't know.
Don't they seem kind of late to the party? I remember when we first started doing this
Well,
show.
not for trade-ins though. Like they actually take your old devices and sell them.
Nah, I guess.
I mean, I gotta say, when the year that I was working at an EB Games or GameStop, I think we took in one old iPhone when I was there.
Yeah,
The entirety of it.
that's when it was starting out.
Never
that
sold a
program, right?
tablet. Never sold an iPhone.
They had that really crappy tablet stand there too.
right at the front. Yeah,
I actually see people buy tablets.
it's really bad.
nowadays.
Somebody stole a tablet actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was like the first week of it being there. Yeah, they didn't have a good security system.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, during a GameStop Investor Day that happened in the past week, they talked about the next evolution, and they're calling it GameStop 3.0. So I don't know what their previous.
Yeah, where was I on 2.0?
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
what
the
that
2.0,
was.
remember they said they were like they were trying to get into digital, like you can buy digital from them. You remember
Wait,
that?
is that 3.0 or is that when they went used games?
No, but I remember I think we talked about this before. Didn't they want something similar to Steam?
Kind
They
of.
were talking about that. Wasn't
Kind
that GameStop 2.0?
I don't know if they
I'm
called it that,
presuming.
but I don't know what the other ones are.
I bought a digital code from GameStop once.
But most recently, GameStop bought Simply Mac, which is one of the biggest Apple resellers. So they're getting pretty heavily. This is a quote from, I believe, their CEO. We have spent a lot of time in Cupertino with Apple leadership, and we have their support to grow Simply Mac. So yeah, it looks like they're going to go heavy into the
Cupertino?
mobile
Who's that?
market.
Who's
Who's
Cupertino?
the name on that?
Reigns?
No,
No.
who's Cupertino?
That's a city in California.
Oh, Jesus.
That's where Apple is.
I didn't know.
Apple headquarters.
I
in
thought it was a
Cupertino.
person. Okay, all right.
So good idea for GameStop or bad idea? What do you think? It can only be good. I mean, I don't see it being bad that they move into the mobile market.
Well, I mean, the only competition there is Nintendo and Sony, right?
Well, not mobile games, but like mobile devices.
Yeah, still the DS and the Vita.
Yeah.
And the
But
PSP.
you're saying that that iPhones are and tablets or stuff are comparable to the actual dedicated handheld gaming devices?
I would say
yeah.
they're competitors. I wouldn't necessarily say they're comparable.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you see the size of all of the games in the App Store. I mean, there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
It's comparable in a way of if like okay, for example, nowadays if a kid wants a gaming console or something, but he's like, let's be honest, kids are kind of dumb. They don't really know what an Xbox is or something like that. The parent might buy an iPod or iPhone or something like that or an iPad in comparison to like a 3DS because they have unlimited free games pretty much in the App Store.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's limited, they don't really know, right?
Yeah.
They're just playing.
And I think most kids are asking for iPads and not Nintendo platforms anymore.
Yeah, they don't know what they don't really care about 3DS. They just unlimited free games every day is a new game
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, in this day and age where people's attention spans are so
Yeah.
so limited, I mean, a new game every day is probably right up their alley, right?
And GameStop has been hurting too, right? Financially. Like when half of your stuff comes off of used games, that's not too good. I
And
don't
physical sales are going down.
think. Physical sales are going down. They closed like 200 plus stores in the U.S. Or was
Which
like
is
100 and
not
something.
that bad.
Not
They-
that bad. No,
they
when
have
you
6,000 stores.
yeah. So in the large scheme of things, it's not too bad. But anyway, good luck to GameStop, I guess.
Yeah, I guess take that as you will.
Yeah. So we have a couple facts about the video game industry and all the consumers and everything. This is for 2014.
Facts.
Essential facts about the computer and video game industry available. I forget who this is from.
It's true because we read it on the internet.
So here's some of the stuff. Who was playing? 59% of Americans are playing games.
59%
Yeah.
are playing video games.
Yeah.
In one form or another.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
I suppose it's feasible.
Well, these are the
Feasible.
facts, man.
Yeah, you read it on the internet. It has to be true.
181.3 million Americans play games. So America has like 330 million people.
That is about 59%.
I guess so. Yeah. Average gamer age. What do you guys think?
I'm going to say
I
less
read
than,
it, so I'm not going to comment.
Oh, well, okay.
less than 20.
Less than 20? The average gamer age. Under 20 years old.
Before I read it, I would have said 25.
Okay. So Tim, you're the only one who doesn't really know.
Well, if you're going less than 20, I'm going to guess it's more than 20. I don't know, like 31?
31, yeah. Did you just guess
I
that?
just guessed that, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thank
you. 51% of Americans own a dedicated game console, and those that do own an average of 2. How many do you guys own? I own
Lord.
Dedicated game systems?
dedicated. That means you use it, I guess, right?
That means you use it?
Well, I'm gonna say it means you use it.
Oh, no, wait, that doesn't dedicated
game
game
console-
As
console.
sure.
opposed to a PC or a
Dedic-
phone.
Sure,
So an actual
but
game
let's say which
console?
ones do you use? Because I know Matt has a bunch of just
I have like
consoles sitting
12, yeah.
around.
In my basement, I have 13.
That you use?
Yeah,
That's impossible.
it's not impossible.
Name them.
Name them. All right.
That you use on a weekly basis.
Does this include Vita?
On a
Yes.
on a monthly basis.
Monthly.
On a monthly basis, I have my PC. I have my Game Boy Color. I have my Game Boy Advance, my Game Boy Advance SP, my Nintendo DS, DS Lite, 3DS. I have my Super Nintendo, and my GameCube, and my N64, and my Xbox 360, and PS4. 13.
You use
Yeah.
every single one of those. All those Game Boys you use at least once a month.
Well, every 1 or 2 months, yeah.
Wow. I don't believe you, but okay.
All right.
52% of U.S. gamers are male, and 48% are female.
That's
So
Thanks
surprisingly-
for helping us out with the math there.
surprisingly.
Yeah. So to the people who say that girls aren't gamers, I mean, clearly they're about half of the population that plays games.
Which is strange because about, I'd say maybe 2 of the people I know, out of all the people I know that play games, 2 of them are girls.
So you're saying your average is not
My
what
average is much, much lower.
Yeah.
My personal average, yeah.
But I think that though that includes the mobile games.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, whenever these things come around, I don't know what their definition of
They
game
don't really
is.
yeah. It's kind of hard.
Girl, don't play Call of Duty.
I don't play Call of Duty.
Women aged 18 or over make up a much larger percentage of the gamer population than boys 18 or younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a much broader age range. They're saying girls older than 18 as compared to the 18 years that are younger than 18. Well, I would believe that, yeah.
And the last one I got here is the average number of years gamers have been playing video games is 14. Sounds about right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
14 years?
That's around like what the PS2 era.
Mm-hmm. That's where I started. So
That's where I started as well.
Wait, are they saying at age 14?
No.
they've
No,
been
that's
been playing for
14
14
Yeah.
years.
PS2 didn't come out 14 years ago.
When did it come out? I have no idea. I just
A
guessed.
little bit before, maybe like 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah. Didn't it come out before 2000?
I thought it came out in 1999.
Actually,
The
that does
N64
sound
came
about
out
right.
in 99.
No, yeah, it's 1999 and slash 2000. I thought here.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's not.
Been
Yeah.
playing since then?
14 years.
PS2.
I think it probably has to do with the fact that that's when gaming, like the 90s, was
Started
when
getting
gaming
mainstream.
really hit the mainstream.
Mhm.
So that probably has to do with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that that's the average. I would think that a higher number now have played since then. But
I think maybe a lot of people who started off with like the NES and stuff, I think they probably maybe stopped playing.
it's possible.
You know, I think they kind of grew out of it because they were kind of in that age where they
Got
would
on
grow out
with
of
their
it.
lives kind of thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're growing with like a gamer generation almost.
Absolutely, absolutely.
My parents don't play games anymore.
Anymore?
No, they love the first Zelda.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
my dad liked the first Zelda.
Is that why they sit and watch you play video games?
Sometimes they do.
And your dad tells you what to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. My dad never played games, but he was pretty good at them. My mom's really bad at games.
All right, next story here. Did you guys hear about this? The very first video game excavation happened over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forget when the actual date was.
Is it
but,
ET?
Yeah.
It was E.T. They found the burial site for all
So
the
yeah,
E.T.
this was like a
cartridges.
long rumored
31 years.
rumored
31 years.
of
yeah.
this I guess this it was underneath a landfill
Mhm.
that they just buried a bunch of old
An Arizona landfill. yeah.
Atari 2600.
Exactly where the rumor said they were.
Amazing. So yeah, this is a quote here from Xbox Wire staff.
Okay.
The findings started out very promising with an old, dusty Atari 2600 joystick buried in the landfill, then an ET the extraterrestrial cartridge, a box, an instruction manual, and the confirmation of a lot more down there. So pretty cool that they actually found it.
Thousands and thousands of copies, right?
Yeah, and ET is notoriously bad.
Considered to be the worst video game ever released. Probably not true, but it's pretty bad.
I haven't played it myself.
It's a pretty bad game.
I have it.
I've seen it, and it looks awful.
It's pretty bad.
The graphics aren't anything. It's just shapes.
Well, it's the Atari 2600.
But they could have done a little bit better job, I think. No?
Not really.
It hardly
no.
looks like ET.
It's true. They shouldn't have put it on the Atari 2600.
So yeah, they found that. So
Looking at you,
the very
Xbox
first video
One.
game excavation is successful.
It's true.
Pretty good.
I wonder
Is
how,
there going to be many more?
I don't know.
I wonder how this is going to affect the Angry Video Game Nerd movie.
Oh.
Because that's what the movie's based around.
They were filming there, so maybe that's what it's going to be about, right?
Well, they're done filming. They've been done filming for a while.
Oh, okay. Because there was a film crew there at the excavation
Yeah.
for a documentary.
There's a couple of different movies being made, but he's been working on James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, has been working on that movie for more than 2 years.
Jeez.
So I wonder, like, this is horrible timing. Like,
Yeah.
now it's confirmed that they're out. I don't know how that movie ends, and it's about to come out, like, I think by the end of this year. So
That's funny.
I wonder if that's going to impact. Like, I'll bet you his Twitter blew up that day. They're like, oh, what's the movie going to be about now? They found it.
Wow.
So
All right. Some sad news coming up here. Naughty Dog. Something's wrong at Naughty Dog, eh? Something bad's happening.
Maybe.
Why would you guys think everyone's jumping ship? We've recently heard about the voice actor. If you remember that Uncharted 4 trailer, there's a guy talking in the background. He's been apparently let go or recast. I think he told IGN that. Also, the creative director Amy Hennig, who's like responsible of the first like 3 Uncharted games, has left. We don't know what happened there, and she joined EA. And is going to work on Star Wars, so I'm pretty excited for that.
is that the new Battlefront game? Or
No, it's the one made by Visceral.
Oh.
Which, because the Battlefront one's made by DICE, right?
Yep.
Visceral guys who did Dead Space, they're doing a Star Wars game.
Oh.
It's that one.
Huh.
So it's pretty exciting, I think. And the voice actor who was let go is also helping her write that game. So that's pretty interesting, I think. So that was good news for Star Wars, but bad news for Naughty Dog. And then Nate Wells, he was the lead artist on The Last of Us. I think he was responsible for the clickers themselves.
Came up with the idea of the clickers?
He's been gone too. What?
He's been let go?
Yes,
I just said he came up with the clickers.
the clickers.
Yeah.
Or at least the design of them, I think. So, what do you guys think's going on at Naughty Dog?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they want to go a different direction.
Maybe they don't want to make Uncharted anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a personal decision?
Possibly.
I think they're trying to get rid of all the people that had like the
But
old
the one guy-
ties. They're kind of going out with the old and with the new kind of thing.
But why would you let go of the people who made the greatest franchise on the PS3?
Because they don't want to make it anymore. Why? If you don't want to make something, then why have those people there?
But
Get
like
out.
the Last of Us guy, he worked on The Last of Us.
Maybe they don't want to
He
make
had,
The Last of Us.
he had a break. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they think all their employees are just one-trick ponies.
I don't know, but
They've been there a while too. Maybe it's just
time.
yeah, it's just time.
Time to move on. Don't know.
But to see so many leave, I like just kind of like the same time.
It
And
almost seems like they're just
right
kinda
when next gen's hitting, it's kind of weird.
dumping all their excess cargo, kind of.
Yeah, and this is like Sony's best studio, and then it's kind of falling apart. I wonder if Sony's kind of a little
Naughty
bit
Dog
scared.
is an old studio.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they'll be fine.
They've been making some of the greatest games on the Sony platforms. So,
It's only a few people they let go.
but some key roles.
Yeah,
I mean,
some key people.
Some key roles. I mean, they did. You got to think about big companies like recycle their executives sometimes.
sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I only hope the best for them. Because Naughty
Get
Dog
to work
is
on Star Wars. That's pretty badass.
yeah. Probably getting paid more at EA too, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, bring up that link.
Yep, I got it here.
I forget what's on there. Oh, it's Xbox programming. This is the Xbox original
Original.
TV programming that they're going to have available. I
Yep.
think it's free with gold. You get to watch it.
Xbox free TV.
Something like that, yeah. You get to watch like their actual TV shows that they filmed for Xbox.
Oh,
Yeah, it's original programming for the Xbox.
So, Matt, read us some of those.
So it's kind of like the Netflix of Xbox
Yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
guess.
I see.
Sure, go down the list here. So, the biggest one, of course, is the Halo TV series, which, of course, Steven Spielberg
With
is
Steven
involved in.
Spielberg, yeah.
Involved with quotations.
Put his name on.
Yeah. Spielberg presents Halo.
Another untitled Halo digital feature. And Every Street United, Bonnaroo Music Festival, Signal to Noise, Atari, Game Over, Humans, Fearless, Gun Machine, Untitled Jash, that's Jash, comedy, Extraordinary Believers, and Winter World.
Those are just titles. I don't know what's.
Yeah,
what,
do you got some descriptions?
I
there,
do.
Mark?
I thought you just wanted me to list them. I didn't know. All right.
Well, if one sounds interesting to you, let us hear it.
Okay, well, all those other ones look like poop, so I'll go to the signal to noise Atari, because everyone knows what Halo is. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, do they have like a little description of what the show's going to be about, or?
Not about that one. They have like a little bit of. They have like some blurbs about like just some information on them. So, for example, for example the Atari title I said. So the one sec, the scrolling on my iPad isn't working. Okay, here we go. Signal to Noise Atari Game Over is a working title for the documentary series from Academy award-winning producer Simon Chin. That will expose little-known stories of how modern technology has radically altered the way we interact with our world. The first part, for example, deals with the Weekend's desert dig for millions of buried ET Atari video game cartridges.
Ah, so they're doing one there.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one sounds good. Extraordinary Believers, which is a stop-motion show from the creators of Robot Chicken.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. So Seth Green.
Seth Green's involved, yes.
Cool.
It's a comedy, I guess.
I'm assuming so.
I really
Were
like
they
the
gonna make
writing
like
in
a
Robot Chicken.
like a
It's
stop-motion
really clever.
drama?
That sounds really
A
weird.
stop-motion crime drama.
Yeah. Hey, that sounds pretty badass, actually.
Is Rudolph a drama? I guess you can call Rudolph a drama.
Well, yeah.
Stop motion drama.
Frank and Weenie's pretty depressing.
There you go.
Frank and Weenie. Corpse Bride. And
All right. On to some E3 news. Who's excited for E3? You guys pumped?
yay.
Hey, no, I want to hear some enthusiasm. Okay. Whoa.
Well, I'm excited for them to actually like give me a reason to get next gen.
Oh, I see. Okay. Nothing sold you yet.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's the difference between E3 announcing stuff and a console launch announcing stuff?
Huh?
Hey, Watch Dogs, ready for that? All right.
Hey, I've already got that paid for.
it's coming out
Done
eventually.
and done.
Oh,
Right?
I see. Okay. I
What's
get
the
what you're
difference, right?
saying.
They'll announce Watch Dogs at E3. Like,
Holy poop. That was like 2
Yo,
years
there's
ago.
so many games that were announced the last
Oh
E3
my
that
god, what are
still
we
hasn't been-
doing?
they'll re-announce
Wait,
it.
hang on.
When was
This
Watch
was
Dogs
2 E3s ago.
Correct.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs.
Correct.
We're coming on another one, and it's just coming out next month.
Correct.
Or this month.
Maybe.
May 27th.
Maybe.
27th.
Huh.
Oh
If it's
my
on the 27th,
god.
I'm canceling my pre-order again.
And then
This game
gonna
just needs
buy
to
it
come
again
out so I
later.
can play it and be done with it. I don't want to hear about it
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah,
You know?
they're setting themselves up for failure. I feel because they're keeping the hype train going by delaying it, but then people are only going to be more excited for it and expecting more from it because they're thinking, "Oh, it's taking so long because they're trying to polish everything." Then it
Yeah.
comes out, doesn't meet everybody's expectations, and gets shit on for the rest of its life.
If I buy it and it's poop, I'm done with Ubisoft.
Don't be. No, that's one. They're
Oh, you
like,
are now. You're gonna get Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
They're like the best publisher right now, is Ubisoft.
That's it. I just won't buy Far Cry. Then that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, get it on console because it's got bad PC ports.
So yeah, this is worldwide studio boss Shuhei Yoshida. He's from Sony. Don't be doing that.
What?
Or-
That's his name.
Jesus.
No, that's no. He's saying that some of the things that we are preparing for E3 are very, very exciting. He told this to
Thanks.
GameStop in an interview. They're right now they're trying to decide what to show at E3 and what they don't want to show at E3.
I really want them to show stuff that I can play that year.
Yeah,
How
I
many
mean-
things? How many things did we see and didn't get?
like all of it, 90% of it.
Drive Club,
Drive Club,
The Order.
Watch Dogs, The Order,
Oh, I want to play The Order.
The Order's looking
That's
good.
something I really want to play, actually.
open for
Although
pre-order.
Marty, they've released that gameplay video and you weren't too happy, right, Marty?
No. I was expecting a little more.
I don't know. I think it looks alright.
I think it looks like
It's
poop.
it's obviously not final build.
Yeah.
No. But a cover-based shooter, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting cover based.
Hey man, I'm all for cover-based shooters.
You-
Using Gears.
I like cover-based shooters. Ghost Warfare,
And
whatever it's called.
And they weren't lying when they said that the game looks better than their cinematic trailer they released at E3. The game looks better.
It looks
than
really
that.
nice.
I haven't seen it personally, but from that gameplay footage they released, holy man,
It's single player too, like the
No co-op.
campaign. There's no co-op.
no online. right?
Yeah, that's really disappointing.
That's really weird because they showed like a group of people.
I imagine you get to play them at different points.
I was expecting like a Borderlands type of situation.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That would have been really smart, I think. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm still okay with
I think I might be out for
not
that
not
title.
every game has to be multiplayer.
That's true. And the
I'd
Assassin's...
rather they have a very solid single player story like The Last of Us. I
Mhm.
mean, it's not a good example because Last of Us had multiplayer,
but awesome multiplayer.
it was pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty solid. But I'd rather have them have a super solid single player
Mhm.
than to have an average single player experience and then just thrown in multiplayer.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if it's
Definitely.
a multiplayer story, I'd rather have a super solid.
Like Assassin's Creed doesn't really need it, I don't think.
Absolutely not. But then I just don't really like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer all that much.
Yeah. Did you hear about Unity?
What about Unity?
4-player co-op, possibly.
Co-op.
Rumored. Yeah.
Well,
Eh,
I mean, Black Flag has a co-op mode too.
but it's not on the actual story though, is it?
Oh, you mean the Unity story will be co-op?
I think so.
I don't like when they do that.
So will you not be able to play the game single player,
No, I'm
Will it-
sure you can.
or
I'm
it'll just be
think-
like you can play this part of the story with your friends if you want to?
or maybe it's like a Dead Space type of thing.
Oh, like drop in kind of thing.
Kind of weird, kind of how they set it up. Yeah.
I don't
I
like
haven't
that.
played
When,
Dead Space 3 yet.
Maybe
so I
like
don't
a
really know how
Halo
that worked.
situation.
What's that?
It's just 4 people.
Oh.
Isn't that
yeah.
sort of taken
Four
away, though?
Master Chiefs kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
takes away from the experience.
If you're really big into like
It's Call of Duty though.
the
No, but I mean from
I mean-
Assassin's Creed.
No.
I do like Assassin's Creed storyline as drawn out as they're making it. I do still like that universe.
Wait, which one? Which storyline?
Oh, the whole thing.
2012, now 2013, I think it is.
No.
They're
But
not
just the
caught up with
whole
2014.
just the whole that there's been this war between the Assassins and Templars since ancient times, and it's still waging, and no one knows about it. I don't know. I like the hidden battle kind of thing.
So Nintendo, I don't think any surprises here. They're not going to have another traditional keynote presentation at E3. Is anyone surprised by that? I'm not.
Not really. I don't know.
After last year, I think they thought,
I think
screw it all.
I thought it was fine last year.
Did you watch the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah.
That's
I
what
couldn't figure out where to watch it and how to watch it.
I was just gonna say, like with their whole Nintendo Direct thing, I feel they're just gonna release information as they want to, as opposed to like saving it all for E3.
I like these Nintendo Directs.
Well, here's the thing.
It's like bite-sized chunks of E3 through the
Yeah.
year.
Here's the thing. They are doing. Yeah, that's true. But for E3, they're doing their standard time on June 10th. They're always the first official day of E3,
Right.
where they have their normal conference. So it's kind of funny that they didn't like put it like in front of like Microsoft or Sony,
Oh.
like do their video online at the
Right.
same time as their conference is going on, because they could, right?
They technically
It's on
yeah.
their website. So,
But I mean,
I think they're maybe.
they probably wouldn't have that many viewers.
I
That's
think
the thing,
so.
right? Like
Yeah.
people would be, they'd be like, "Oh, Nintendo's on right now. Well, that's cool. I'm just gonna go see what Xbox One's up to."
I think it was either. I think it was the year before Apple had their keynote at the same time as E3,
Right.
or like the day after or something. And then a couple years when the iPad was like first introduced, they had it at CES, and it completely destroyed CES because that's all everyone was talking about there. No one was worrying about Microsoft or anything.
Yeah. What's Microsoft? A tiny company, whatever.
So they're gonna. I guess Nintendo's trying to do a bit more fun stuff this year.
Woohoo.
Because last year it was just a.
It was very
Direct.
business.
Yeah. They have a Nintendo digital event. That's a new kind of video program. It's at 9 a.m. That's Pacific time, Tuesday, June 10th. Super Smash Bros. Invitational tournament.
That's interesting.
They're inviting 16 highly skilled Smash Bros. Players to the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles to complete in a Smash Bros. Tournament.
Which is interesting because they have stated that they're designing Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS to be not played on a competitive level. As they
I thought they had 2 different game modes.
Do they?
They have like very distinct online modes, one for casual and one for competitive.
Oh, that's interesting,
Yeah.
man. Because I seem to recall Nintendo stating before that with Brawl as well, they designed it because they saw how people were playing it competitively. Like Melee is still one of the most competitive
Mm-hmm.
online like fighting games. Not necessarily online, but like even at LAN parties and stuff. One of the most competitively played games still to this day.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people who play that game really seriously. And Nintendo designed Brawl to be more casual because they were like, we don't want people like we want this to be a fun game, not a super serious game. So it's interesting that they're having this.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah,
tournament
when you think about that, yeah. So it can be played on the Wii U. And now this is odd. You can watch it in person or stream it online. So if you're at the Nokia Theater, be sure to stop in and catch
Nintendo's
the.
still at E3. They just don't have a press conference.
Yeah.
They have less of a presence than the other.
My one criticism of it last year was that they kind of seemed put in the back, on the back burner, I guess you could say, because they didn't have an actual press event. So when I was watching like IGN or like game trailers or something, there was nothing to watch of Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, yeah, go check out the stream on their website, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, they're doing something.
Yeah. And Nintendo's also a Treehouse live at E3. This is a special booth that's going to be on the floor and provide people with in-depth demos. This will also be live streamed all day during E3. I imagine just on their Nintendo website. And Super Smash Bros. Smash Fest at Best Buy. So
Are
check
they
out
only
your.
doing Smash Bros at Best Buy this year? Because last year they had like all their games they showed, like demos available at Best Buy.
It depends on what they're announcing. I imagine they'd have more than just.
Well, I
Smash
guess they
Bros.
wouldn't say right now what games are going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Why don't they do things like every other company?
Oh wait. So Nintendo and Best Buy teamed up to allow shoppers to play unreleased Nintendo titles.
There you go. I think everyone should do that. Actually,
So we don't have details on what stores or what other games they're going to be showing. So they posted a funny video that was from Mega 64 on online, which kind of announced all this stuff of what they're doing for E3. Pretty hilarious video, I must admit.
Yeah, it features Reggie.
Lisa Mech.
His excellent acting chops there.
Oh man,
God damn it!
he's pretty.
Well, when the real him shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real bad. So go check that out. It's a pretty funny video.
I don't know. He's pretty good.
Actor?
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor.
The thing I love about Reggie is you can see that he understands what trouble Nintendo is in, but he just puts on a good face
Yeah.
and promotes the company the best he can.
Yeah, he just
You know?
doesn't care. Like he doesn't look at it like
He's also pretty intimidating too.
He's tall and he's big, right?
He's a big guy.
Like you don't want to say nothing bad about Nintendo.
He's always ready.
in
But
front of
he's
him,
like,
yeah.
but he's so like nice, like
Yeah.
all the time. He's just like, hey, whatever, we're playing some games.
His
Yeah,
hair
Jeff
never
Keighley
changes.
gives him crap all the time,
Yeah.
like
And he's just
asking for
like-
details,
yeah.
and he's just
He's just like, hey, want to play some Animal Crossing?
yeah.
Hey man, let's
So
go.
he's hilarious.
Let's go tag team some bots and Smash Brothers. Let's just have fun.
Do we know yet who's going to be presenting for Sony or Microsoft? Since they both lost their presenters,
I don't think so.
Who cares? It's gonna be bad.
it's going to be Reggie.
Well, that'd be
Sony
good.
has some great titles coming out for you this year.
That'd be awkward.
I could see him doing it honestly, because he's like, that's what I like about Nintendo is they just don't like care.
Yeah.
They don't care about the huge console war, vying for the most subscribers to their paid online services.
No, but not,
they don't
not,
care.
Not
It's just-
acting like a competitor, I think, is hurting them more than.
possibly, but
Well,
but I think
that's bad.
I think they're appealing to more of the casual player by doing that because it's like yeah, you could have your Xbox and you can go
It's
play
also
your
bad for
online
Microsoft
games.
because they're losing.
What do you mean they're losing?
Like PS4 and Xbox sales, PS4 is way up there.
Wait, Xbox is losing in the general console war.
They're
No,
losing the war. Yeah.
They're losing the war with Sony, but to be fair, they're still making decent sales. They're still making profits. They have
Yeah.
enough money.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's enough of an
And then
install
Nintendo's
base.
just kind of off to the side, like playing in their sandbox.
I've always said that I think Nintendo thinks they're Apple.
Yeah, they think they're just like a breed
Because
apart.
Apple's always acted as if there's no industry, it's just them.
They're just like a different breed.
Yeah, and they bring out something that sure it's been done before, but they act
but
like
they
it
did
hasn't.
it right.
They act like
Yeah.
it hasn't been done before. Like it's the greatest thing you've ever seen.
Right.
I feel like Nintendo does the kind of the same thing. We have the best version of Mass Effect 3 out there. We got Batman Armored Edition. You're not
Armored
going to see
Edition.
Armored Edition anywhere else.
I don't know.
And then they came up with the Wii Mini, and it's just like the iPad Mini. and
I
it-
feel like there's certain sects of Nintendo that are like that. They're
Yeah.
very elitist,
Yeah.
like Apple. But then I feel like the majority of Nintendo is just like, let's just play some games.
Yeah.
Which I like that part a lot. I don't know. I've just always, ever since I was little.
I think the biggest problem is that Nintendo was always catered to a younger audience for the most part, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And now the younger audience is playing tablets, like we discussed.
And now they're older, right?
So I think they're competing with that and not really competing with Sony and Microsoft. You know?
Yeah. Well, they also go back on their word, right? They remember with the third party thing.
Oh yeah, that's a bit weird. That's a
we
bit.
completely support third party. Then be like, why do we worry about third party? Well, if you want people to develop games for you, I mean, you gotta support the developers.
Yeah. All right.
Game that I am surprised that's coming to Wii U though is Watch Dogs.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's an interesting
They're working
choice.
on that now.
Yeah, they said they're focusing on it now.
I think they got the PS4 and Xbox One versions and PS3 and all the other ones were done. Now they're working on Wii U, I think.
Yeah,
I
they're
kind of
probably
feel
destroying
kind of
them.
feel like they're doing the same thing that Sony did with like all the games that are coming out for the PS4. Is like they've got a gun to the developer's head and say, include the touchpad into your game, or we won't have you on the PS4. Nintendo's kind of going, use the Wii gamepad, or whatever, right?
I think the Watch Dogs developers said actually that the PS4 is like amazing for developers.
Is the best
Yeah.
choice. Yeah.
So if you're getting Watch Dogs and you care about performance and stuff, I think maybe
That's the thing, right?
Get on the
It's
PS4.
a double-bladed,
Double-edged
double-edged
swords.
sword there
Yeah.
because it's the easiest to develop for. So you may have the highest quality games on there, or not necessarily the highest quality, but like the most good games on the PS4. But you also have the most bad games because it's easy to develop.
oh,
for.
because they open the doors to
Exactly.
all.
They're opening the doors so wide that everybody's coming in. Right?
But to be fair, if there's bad games on a console, no one holds it against Sony. They'll be
It's-
like, I'm just not going to buy that.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you could say the same thing for Nintendo. Oh, there's a bunch of bad games in the 3DS. I'm not going to get it.
I don't know why the big guys don't go for a higher quality routine check.
You mean
Like
Nintendo
why
used
why
to.
why are there bad games at all?
Nintendo used to have their gold Nintendo sealed thing of approval.
That's right.
Nintendo
Just
Seal-
imagine
they
they
slap
cut
that
all,
on everything now though.
To be fair, there were a lot of bad games that had the Nintendo seal of approval.
Exactly.
Because they got probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that system got corrupted in some way.
But why don't they hold themselves to a more premium brand?
but just imagine
Why not
if
just
they,
have nothing but awesome games?
They've
if they
Why-
cut
definitely-
out all these bad games, there'd be no games right now,
Well, there'd be the AAA games and
which are
the,
like one a month at best.
the indie games are great.
And aren't always good.
yeah,
The indie games are good.
There's a
The
lot
ones
of
they got
them.
on the PS4 now, they're good.
But see, that's the thing, right? Like this generation of console, the developers started realizing, all these indie developers, that's a lot of money to be made right there. People like indie games because indie developers will have a one-hit wonder.
Mhm.
We got to be supporting these people and putting it on our platforms because we can't let PC get all these sales.
Yeah.
Because everybody develops for PC. So
Mhm. And also, Xbox has that stupid parity clause. Have you heard about that?
what's that?
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What is it?
Lay
If
on
your
me.
game came out on any other console before it comes to the Xbox, it can't come out on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So if your indie game came out on PS4 first,
you're done. That's it.
you cannot bring it over to Xbox One. You cannot.
But if you develop it on Xbox first,
You have to develop them on both at the same time
Yeah.
or on Xbox first.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
that sounds like a bad idea to me.
A lot of the indie developers are like really
Swearing off Microsoft for
Yeah.
that reason, yeah, and rightfully so. I
Yeah.
mean, that's stupid. Why
Mhm.
would you limit yourself like
it's just
that?
lost money.
yeah.
Yeah,
And same with last generation when the Xbox 360, the developers had to pay to release updates. Pay Microsoft.
Yeah.
Now the idea was that you would make your game good so you wouldn't have to pay for updates.
so many times. Yeah,
Yeah. But it just didn't
but
work.
it just turns people away.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our last two stories before we run out of time here. We were talking about Ubisoft and Watch Dogs, the big delay they had. They said that we had no choice, despite the fact that it put us in a tough financial position in the short term. We're a long-term company with long-term vision, and Watch Dogs for us is a long-term play. We had no choice. We knew it was the right thing to do, but it doesn't make it hurt any less.
That's
Their stock dropped like 40 points when they announced Watch Dogs being delayed so long.
yeah.
So yeah, it hurt them financially, definitely.
That's fine. Finish the game till it's ready, but
I mean, it's gonna come out when it's gonna come out, right?
yeah. And it's obviously a big game with huge ambition, and they know that. So
Mhm.
maybe set your release date farther back because you know it's going to be a big game.
Well, that's what they said when they first delayed it. Was like people expect this to be a fantastic game. We're going to make sure it's a fantastic game when
I
you get
really
it.
hope it is fantastic. I hope
Mhm.
It
it's not-
has to be, or else it's hyped up to here.
Well, I hope it's just not.
This
Buggy
could be
as
the greatest
buggy as
calamity in all of like history.
It
It's
could
just-
be.
What if it just turned to be a crappy
It could
game?
be the biggest flop in all of gaming history.
How hilarious would that be?
And Ubisoft is trying very, very hard for that not to happen. They could just pull a Rockstar and let it flop first day.
And the delay did put a huge damper on the console launches.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How many people right now do you think bought a PS4 in the hopes of Watch Dogs?
Me.
And it's
Me.
just sitting there.
Me, yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's on the box. The guy's freaking Aiden's on the box.
On your PS4 box?
Yeah.
He is.
He's right
yeah.
next to Knack. I mean,
Oh, neck.
all right. Last story of the week.
We don't mention that.
For Destiny, for the multiplayer mode, you need to unlock it.
You need to unlock multiplayer.
You need to
mode.
play like a certain amount of levels to actually unlock the multiplayer.
You have to
modes.
reach the point in the story where other players come in, kind of thing.
No. What they found out. This is a quote from them. From Bungie investment lead Tyson Green. He said, "We found early on that people here in the studio, when they jumped on the game, these were people who were already familiar with the game mechanics. They would roll a new character, play through the first mission, then go right to PvP." And they would just get really beaten up by the other players because they didn't have a super ability yet, and they'd only got an auto rifle from the first mission.
Basically,
So
just
they're trying to
level.
They're kind of trying to prepare you for online, so you don't get destroyed
Right.
when you enter it.
Fair
That's
enough.
all they're doing.
It's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's it. That's all the stories I got for
Yeah,
this week.
it's also good to like get your like your single player in without people just flocking to the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty.
like Call of Duty or Halo.
Well, to be honest, nobody cares about the story in Call of Duty.
Hey, whoa!
Nobody buys the game.
That guy
Honestly,
that
I
guy
do.
does.
I honestly
You're a
don't.
very
I'm
narrow section
Yeah.
of the consumer base.
Although, let's talk about the new one real quick. It looks
new
like
what?
it's kind of heavily story based.
Which is strange.
Yeah.
I honestly wonder why they even bother.
Well,
They make money.
Yeah, but like a new Call of Duty game comes out. How many people do you think look at it and go, "Bet you that storyline's going to be good. I bet you the writing and that's top notch. I bet you it doesn't have an ending.
Kevin
where-
Spacey's in it.
The only thing I liked about it was Kevin Spacey.
I bet you the story in that game doesn't end with you being the last survivor of your group and the main bad guy standing over you and you get one shot and you shoot him in the head and then everything explodes behind him.
Yeah,
Bet you
there's
that doesn't happen.
certainly elements of that in the trailer. You can see where you're going to have to ride a vehicle. You're going to have to climb something. You're going to have to jump over something dramatically and almost not make it, but then you do make it.
So
Right
good-
before it cuts to black.
So
Yeah.
classic good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Or a chopper going down.
Oh, jeez.
But this one's made by Sledgehammer,
That's the new studio.
They got 3 devs working on them now, right?
which is nice. A 3-year development cycle for Call of Duty.
Which
so
is
maybe,
good. I mean,
Do we know that this has been in development for 3 years?
I think so. I think this is where
Yeah.
they're starting. That's why they gave it to Sledgehammer. Yeah.
So is Treyarch up next? Like, or is it literally going to be like
Who
a Treyarch
did the
game
last
every
one?
three-
What was the last one? Ghost. That was
Yeah, that was
Infinity
Treyarch.
Ward.
That was Treyarch, wasn't it?
Infinity Ward.
Or
Ghost
see-
was
Oh,
Infinity
right,
Ward.
right. Sorry,
this was
yeah.
Infinity War.
Black Ops 2 was.
Which means
Treyarch.
that
Treyarch is
will be the
next.
next one. It'll go Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
Treyarch,
little
Infinity.
ridiculous?
That is
We could have
ridiculous.
1 studio working on Call of Duty and 2 making other franchises.
Yeah, let's
But
have
Call
a Call
of Duty
every
is
2 years.
Activision's, or not Activision? Yeah, Activision. That's their biggest selling.
Call of Duty
IP.
is not going to stop, so they may as well make every game as good as it's going to be.
Let's throw in a 4th developer while we're at it.
I do think they should sell a single player separately and a multiplayer separately.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see why they bother spending all this money writing and developing a single player when
Mhm.
people only play it for the multiplayer. I don't see the point.
Yeah, except for me.
They're not always the lengthiest endeavors either.
No.
6 hours.
But
or
when
so.
you're hiring someone like Kevin Spacey for the campaign, what does that tell you? I mean,
They got the money.
Yeah, that just means that they have the money to pay the guy to say a
He's
couple
just-
lines.
and he's just there to sell the game, right?
I mean, like, if they got
because
more,
I'm literally buying.
if they got
Kevin
Morgan
Spacey.
Freeman to do like a
Yes.
narration for
Yes.
the storyline, like that just means it
America
doesn't
in
it
peril
doesn't
once
matter.
again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's Morgan Freeman. It just matters that they have the money to get Morgan Freeman to say some lines.
Yeah.
I do hope this opens the doors to Kevin Spacey being in other games, though.
And the other thing I like about this is that as we see more actors jump into video games, it's almost like they're taking us more seriously.
Yeah,
We've
Gary
been starting to
Oldman
produce-
and Willem Dafoe,
Yep.
Ellen Page.
Kiefer Sutherland,
Yeah,
Metal
sweet.
Gear, and I'm pretty sure he was in a Call of Duty game, wasn't he? Not
Yeah.
World at War. I'm pretty sure.
You know who was in a Call of Duty game?
Hmm.
Ice-T and Ice Cube.
Wait, both?
Yep.
Eh.
Both
Enemy
were?
spy plane inbound.
That's Ice Cube, right?
That's
Yeah,
Ice
yeah.
Cube. Yeah.
Take it, Bravo.
Ice-T is in Gears of War 3.
Oh.
He's one of the
Yeah.
main characters.
See, I think that the Hollywood is taking video games more seriously now, because they're seeing us turning out $1 billion
Revenues.
revenues.
Maybe not with Ice-T. Can't take that seriously.
We got enemies incoming. Ah, shit.
Yeah. So there you go. That's day one patch, episode 58.
There it went.
For the week of March 2nd. Or whatever.
It's May.
May.
March
I don't
2nd,
know.
Jesus.
I don't even know.
Go back in time. We're caught in the temporal loop.
Yeah. If this is the most recent video or audio
Podcast.
file on iTunes, you're watching the most recent one.
Thank you. I think they'll know that
For
before
those
you
listening 2
told
years
them.
from
A
now,
little bit of John Madden
ignore
for you.
that.
That's what that
Yeah.
was. He says the obvious. All right. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. We're now on SoundCloud. Check us out there. Since you have to pay for that, there's only the 2 most recent episodes on there. If you want the full list, go to either YouTube or iTunes and subscribe there.
that's free stuff right there.
Yeah. I'm so glad we're on iTunes. Makes me feel good.
And these episodes are cut up into like 157 different vines you can listen to.
Are we still working on that one?
That's
Yeah.
6 seconds.
I'm still editing the first episode into vines.
Oh man. Oh man. Does it have video to go along with it?
It's my face. And it's just playing on my computer laptop speakers.
Like a still of your face, or it's just like
Video.
No,
or
my-
just
no,
like
it's during the day, so I'm doing other things.
it's like you in the background.
I start in the
like,
morning. I was
holding
brushing
your
my teeth.
clothes.
Yeah.
They repeat, so it's gonna be like, hello, welcome to Day One Patch. I'm Ryan Johnson. Hello, welcome to Day One Patch. I'm Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, you gotta swipe through them.
And then it's like you just like brushing your teeth. Like,
Yeah.
all right, that's really stupid, Marty. So we're gonna leave it at that. Join us next week for some more exciting video game news. I'm Ryan Johnson. That's Tim Spence.
I'm Tim Spence.
That's Matt Lawrence.
Yo.
That's Martin Isaacs.
Point at us.
Yep. Hopefully see you guys next week. Thank you.
Peace.